Hi, my name is Brooke Astley, and I chose to do Haiti as the topic of my economics project one. I chose to do Haiti because when I was searching through the list of the lower 20% of GDP listings, I saw Haiti on there, and understood that they come from a very underdeveloped region, and also have experienced a lot of natural disasters in the last 10 years. And I thought that would be interesting to look at how those affected their economy. So basically, Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere, with almost 60% of their people living in absolute poverty, which means they're only making $1.23 a day. And not only is that not enough to stabilize themselves, but also save themselves and a family if they would have one. Um, the There are many aspects that have led Haiti into this extreme poor economy, and one of them is their history of their government. They had a dictatorship in their government until about 1986, when it was overthrown to be adopted by a monopoly. And basically, with this monopoly, there was one central authority figure telling giving all the resources and goods to the each class, each lower and upper class region, and this created a huge wealth gap in between the lower and upper class. This made the lower class basically rely on themselves for their own goods and resources. So they have been trading within the private sector rather than going out to the public sectors to get their resources and goods through the government. And so, since they are staying within the private sector, their goods and resources are not taxable. And so, basically, they have no trace of any goods and resources being produced and sold, and that has no way of money going back into their economy. And so, it's the intertwining of these private sectors that has resulted into poor documentation of their records. So there's no records of these goods and resources being produced, and there's also no way for foreign investors and foreign trade associates to know that these goods can be produced in Haiti and they can be traded across seas, therefore getting more money for Haiti's economy. And so it's not only just the government that has made Haiti's economy so poor, it's also the unanticipated amount of natural disasters in the last 10 years. In 2000, excuse me, in 2010, an earthquake hit their capital, Port-au-Prince, and it caused up to $14 billion worth of damage. And it wasn't even 6 years later that Hurricane Matthew struck. Excuse me. So they were still working towards rebuilding from the damage of the earthquake, and then Hurricane Matthew hit on top of that. And Hurricane Matthew alone caused about $600 million loss in their agricultural sector, and that is one of their biggest sources of income. And that was a huge loss for Haiti and made their economy even more poor. And because of this hurricane, on top of all of that, Haiti suffered a drought about 2 years after the disaster, and that had a huge impact on Haiti. It largely affected their food and resource supply. So not only so they made their limited supplies even more limited through this drought. And so basically, Haiti does not have the greatest reputation when it comes to government. They have a history of monopolies, which has created a giant wealth gap. On top of this, their natural disasters have created a very big downward spiral for their economy. Luckily, they do have a new president in place as of February of 2017. He's going to attempt to restore democratic order and political stability in Haiti, and this change in political system will hopefully allow the economy to move forward, and the president will help work to maximize economic growth while working towards financial stability for his people. But this will also take a lot of time because of the history of monopoly that Haiti has. A lot of people are not integrated within their government, and so it will take them a while to adopt these policies and trust their government in allowing them to give them resources rather than working in the private sector like they have been doing, like they have been used to be doing. And so basically these people, in order to improve their economy, just need to develop these new ideas that the president has. It's obviously going to take a lot of time, especially for their judicial system to add up to the democratic ways